Welcome back, everyone, to Robb's Daily Classics. Thought I'd have a little fun this morning, give you my top 10 Christmas picks. Over the next couple of days, we'll be with friends and family. Might be a little hard to post some things, and just in just random order. If you like any of these cars, I'll give you a description a bit where you can find them. They're all on Craigslist, which is one of my best places to shop for cars. So let's get started and have some fun. The first car that we're going to talk about, in no particular order, is this 1993 Pontiac Firebird. It's a Formula. It's really pretty. He's asking $99.95. What's so special about this car? Well, it's a manual transmission, 103,000 miles, 1993. A little bit old. Where are these cars going from a collectability point of view? I think any type of Firebird like this car, especially in red with black interior, is very pretty. With a manual transmission, will always have some legs and will always have an attraction in the business, right? This man's asking $9,500. It's in Omaha. Is it worth $9,500? You got to go see these cars, but I think it's worth at least $7,000. So we're not that far away from putting a deal together. It might have some repaint here. It might be the original paint, just a little faded in the front nose. It's got T-tops, of course, but the manual transmission is what makes this car so attractive. If this mileage is also true, 32,000 miles, even better. Again, maybe that front nose was painted over the years because of road rash and things like that. But these cars are absolute blast to drive. I mean, I owned Z28s of this generation and had a lot of fun. They're really track cars from the factory. The suspension, the layout, the cross members underneath the car, it's a sturdy car that you can really flip around and have some fun with, even on track days. So I'm thinking this car here, for $9,500, I'm $7,000, so we're $2,500 away from making a deal on this car. He gives you the VIN, which is really nice. I think he's a dealer. Yes, American Auto Parts. He might be a parts dealer. So he listed this car a day ago, so check it out on Craigslist. Just type in 1993 Pontiac Firebird in Omaha, Nebraska, and this car will come popping at you. The second car of the day is a Lincoln Town Car. Who doesn't like Lincoln Town Cars that are not black or white, right? Because everything was black or white back in those days. You find something with color. This is a passenger type car. It's got 91,000 miles, which is no big deal. Always garaged, privately owned. Kennedyville. Where is Kennedyville? Let's zoom in. Hope it's in the United States. Hope it's not in Canada. It's in Delaware, so not that far away. Yeah, I mean, what's so special about these cars? They're really nice driving family type cars. If you're not into having a pickup truck or a big SUV and you still want to motor your family around with a car with a trunk in it and really do it in comfort, there's nothing better than either a Crown Vic or a Lincoln Town Car to do it in. And this car has a nice appeal to it. It looks to be in nice condition. Little ratty mats here, but sometimes I like to see stuff like that. When you see the silly paper mat on the floor, it's a dealer trying to sell the car. So this is probably a privately owned car. Updated dashboard that year with a nice speedometer and a RPM gauge and things like that. Door panels look to be really nice. The car gives a nice overall appearance, maybe a dated photograph. It's not wintertime. Posted 24 days ago, $9,700. Again, I'm in the $7,000 range or something like this. Considering that new cars are going for $50,000, why wouldn't you buy this Lincoln Town Car? So if you want to find this car in Delaware on Craigslist, just type in Lincoln Town Car 2009, and this car will come popping at you. The next car is a 1972 Alfa Romeo GTV Coupe. These cars are like Porsche 911s for the Italian folks. I owned a 74. One of the most enjoyable cars you'll ever drive quickly. These cars are so forgiving, so well behaved, and handle just amazingly. You just can't stop driving this car faster and faster. It's almost like getting on my Aprilia motorcycle. You just want to be on it and in it and just have some fun. And it's actually a 4-passenger as well. $42,500 appears to be a lot of money, but if you know about these cars, you'll know that that's about the price range of what these cars are in. This is a gold color car. Many of these cars imported here in the United States during the time were black. And this is a gold color car, so usually black and red is popular. These cars are like money in the bank. You'll never lose money with this car if you keep it in nice shape. It looks to have been nicely restored, Beautiful center headlights, just a great looking Bertone designed in Italy. Um, this car is not only popular here in the United States, but this car will be very much popular, in Europe and things like that. If you ever wanted to sell this car, you can put it on Bring a Trailer and probably get $75,000 for this car 5 years from now. I think there's a lot of appreciation here. He's got the Weber carburetors, which is a nice setup. I think the Weber carburetor system was standard that year. They went with the fuel injection in 74, I believe. But look at that engine bay area. It looks to be really nice. No rust from what I can see. A beautiful dashboard. Fantastic gauges. Just handles so nice. So if you're in the market to spend some money and treat yourself nice, he's downsizing his Alfa collection, so he sounds like a collector. What are these cars worth? If you go and Bring a Trailer, you'll see it to be in the same price range, $42,500. $39,000, $37,000 all day long on this car. Yeah, I'm a player on this one. If you know these cars well, you'll know that it's worth in that price range. So, and again, money in the bank. I don't think you'll be losing money on this car. This car is located where? It's located in Ann Arbor, in Detroit. I'm actually going up there for the Detroit Auto Show in January, so I might even check this car out if I'm up there. So there you go. 1972 Alfa Romeo GTV Volace Coupe. Great car. Check it out. Next car is, how can you go wrong, with a 1996 Pontiac Grand Prix two-door sport package, $9,500. A lot of money, a lot of money. But I think $10,000 today is what $5,000 was, 5-6 years ago. We find a $5,000 car 6-7 years ago. We go, wow, that's really cheap. Now, if you find a $10,000 car, it's the same feeling, So for most of us, seeing this car for $9,500 will be turned off. But for the new people that aren't familiar with $5,000 cars 6 years ago, this is not a bad deal. A nice car, nothing that fancy, 3.1 liter V6. It doesn't have the 3.8 liter V6. That would be a much nicer engine, but the stance on this car is really nice. It looks to be very original, a wonderfully balanced and solid platform. You don't see Pontiacs on the road anymore, so it has some appeal in that regard as well. This is a 10-year car. You buy this car will last you 10 years easily. Just a very nice, well-behaved car. Not a high-performance car at all, but a car that you can really have some fun with. And it's posted 4 days ago. It is in, I think, again, in Detroit area in Flint, Michigan. Dated photographs, of course. This is not the wintertime in Detroit, so he's trying to hold that $9,500. He's not looking to sell it probably for less. But, in my opinion, I think this car is worth about $6,500. But would I go to $8,000 on a car like this? Yeah, I think I would. So there you go. 1996 Pontiac Grand Prix two-door sport package. If you'd like me to do a walk around, a further detailed walk around on these cars, just put them in the comments below, and I'll do a feature video on any one of these cars that you see. A 1984 Mustang 5.0 convertible, 51,000 original miles, $11,000. Again, if this car was $5,000, we'd all be attracted to it, right? For $11,000, we're thinking it's a lot of money. But I am appealing to you that $11,000 is not a lot of money. What a great Christmas present this would be, right? You find this under your tree, give this to your wife, daughter, to have some fun with. A beautiful convertible, the 5.0 liter V8. Automatic transmission, no big deal. The top is easy to repair and work on. The platform is very solid. Parts are plentiful. This is an inexpensive car to own and operate, and it still has some good looks to it. And prior to any OBD2, so you don't have to worry about all that nonsense stuff, 1984, there's a lot of good cars to find from the 80s and 90s, folks. Rather than buying something new, pick this car up for $11,000, offer him $9,000, see if he's a player. With this low miles, if he's originally to own a car and it's all stock like he says, and the car has been garaged with no rust, I think this car is worth some money to just have some fun with this spring. And you can't go wrong with a car like this. Again, $11,000. Yeah, if this car was $5,000, we'd all be on it, but those cars are gone. So next car is look at this, a 1996 Saturn SL 5-speed manual transmission. That's rare. 47,000 miles, $5,500 in Paramus, New Jersey. Oh my goodness, look at this. Who remembers Saturn, right? They had the Saturn clubs and one price selling. And the only thing you can negotiate on a Saturn was, would they give you free mats when you take delivery of the car? The paint looks to be a little dull. Doesn't look like there's any rust on this car. Where am I going with a car like this? If you're a fireman and you have to go to New York City every day or commute, and you need something to commute with some good gas mileage, with a manual transmission, with air conditioning, yeah, come on. How can you go wrong? 47,000 original miles. It's in New Jersey, in Paramus. I hope this is a real deal. I'm thinking it is. He put an upgraded stereo in the car. Actually did a really nice job on that stereo. Saturns are great cars. They are so durable, and they don't rust because they're all plastic components here in the fenders and the door panels and things like that, which was one of their claim to fames, that your kid could run into the door with his bicycle in the driveway and not put a dent in the car. For $5,500 in Paramus, New Jersey, with 47,000 original miles. Fantastic. Love that car. Corvettes. Where are we going with the C4 Corvettes? I don't know, but a 1996 Corvette C4 with 62,000 miles for $9,800. Posted 6 days ago. It's in Michigan. Again, dated photos. I love the black with the torch red interior. This is an automatic. Needs some TLC. I don't know how that's defined as. It might have been sitting around for a while. It's a very good model year for the Corvette, C4 Corvette 1996. Not too difficult to work on, not too difficult to have some fun with. There's a lot of car here with the C4s. A lot of people like the C4s better than the C5s, and I do, because I just love that tilt bonnet. And I know they kind of rattle around a little bit, and they jump around from you when you go from the right lane to the left lane on the highways and all. But, boy, I got to tell you, they're just fun cars, and I'm not sure what he needs to be done on this car, but I guess they had the Opti Spark back then, too. No big deal to change that. I'm not sure if it still had the Opti Spark by 96, but I guess it did. Anyway, great car. Is it worth $9,800? It's based again, up in Detroit area, because that's where I'm traveling over the next 2 weeks. So that might be something to check out. These cars are definitely worth $7,000 the later years, from what I can tell. So again, a lot of fun for under $10,000. And I know a lot of people say, hey, Rob, you can buy C4 Corvettes for $5,000. Okay, you can, but this is a 96. This is a better model year. The last year before the model year was changed. Kind of fun to look at. So check that one out. Again, following the same tradition, 1997 30th anniversary Z28. This is in Canada. I sold my Camaro Z28 to Saskatchewan, Canada, and the person drove it over the border with my plate on to get it into Canada. And I would be bringing this back from Canada to me. What's really nice about this car is that it's a manual transmission. $15,000, if that's Canadian dollars, you got to find out, then it's a deal, because the dollar is very strong up in Canada. If you divide that by, I think the dollar is like $1.35 for every Canadian dollar. So, but this car, he says it was an Arizona car, 6-speed, T-bar roof, winter stored, must see, no low borers, posted 19 days ago. Really nice. I'm not sure if that's the original stripes on the car, but the car looks to be in nice condition. It looks to be very original on the inside. I love that white interior. I don't remember the white interior on this car. It was always black on black, but yeah, white interior with a dark dashboard and all that. I'm thinking that's original. Yeah, the back seats are white as well. Beautiful look. Great driving cars. Again, these cars are appreciating, not depreciating. In 10 years, 8 years from now, you can sell these cars on Bring a Trailer and get your money back. Is it worth 15,000 Canadian? If it's Canadian dollars, definitely. If it's U.S. dollars, I think he's on the high side of around $4,000 from what this car is worth. But hey, you got to negotiate and get the conversation going. Next up If You Feel Lucky. Remember that the movie? Do You Feel Lucky? But I love the XJSs, the V12 coupes. This is insane. These cars are horrible to work on. They're overly anxious and overly designed. But if you're good with wrenches and you're not intimidated by a V12, this car's got 25,900 miles, and it's got the European headlights. It is just such a classy look. And I love the coupe. Look at that design, how beautiful this car is. These cars have depreciated as much as they're going to depreciate. And just like 928s of the day, I think these cars are undervalued right now. And I think these cars will come back eventually. The V12s are super smooth and not very quick, but they're just super smooth running cars. This car's got the original dashboard, original gauges, original radio. Just a very handsome looking, sexy car. Would I rather have the 6-cylinder? Yeah, maybe. Am I intimidated by this car? Very, very much. Would I dive into this car? Absolutely. I would have a lot of fun with this car. Don't look to drive it every weekend because it won't be that reliable. It's in Michigan. $14,000 is all the money for this car and then some. But the mileage is low, 25,900 miles. This car is, again, up in the Flint, Michigan area. A photograph of the springtime. So you'd have to find out, who's up there in the springtime looking at these cars, But there it is. Do you feel lucky? I do, but not at $14,000. Another nice car, $30,000. This is kind of insane. The BMW 840 Ci. This has the 8-cylinder engine, 79,000 miles. If you follow Jay Leno, they just did a story on the V12 on this car. Actually maybe a W12, I'm not sure, but this car here is the 8-cylinder. I like the 8-cylinder better. It's a little easier to work on, unlike what we saw with that XJS. But that XJS, if you look at that car, $14,000, it's as exotic as this BMW with the 8-cylinder engine. So $29,995. Have these cars gone up that much? I guess you have to go on Bring a Trailer to see what these cars are going. Aluminum body, aluminum hood, super exotic interior, super exotic ride, just like a 928 GTS. Car looks like it's got a little crack on the front spoiler. Maybe that bottom spoiler is missing. Fantastic, fantastic car. The reason that these headlights pop through, it's so interesting that this is an aluminum hood, and the hood opens up, and it has a beautiful sculptured holes here for the headlights. And the reason they did that was they needed the lights to be at a certain height for DOT to come here at the United States and all. And they actually over-designed this car and sculptured this aluminum hood around these beautiful pop-up headlights. Absolutely nice. A good-looking car. There's those headlights, so they get that right height. Great-looking coupe. The interior on this car is beautiful. There's no pillars on the interior. Look at that dashboard, how wonderful it is. If you had to change the heater core on this car, you'd probably be looking at a 2-month project. But if the car's been well maintained all these years, I'm sure you can have a lot of fun with this car. But it's hard to say this car is worth $30,000. I mean, I think he's priced this car $10,000 too high. And would he sell it for less? Probably not. Because he has something that's fairly rare. There weren't that many imported here to the United States. It's probably worth $24,000, in this market that we're in. But, you got to negotiate, folks. If you're interested in these cars, just don't look at price and walk away. You never know what people may do for this. And, again, this car is up in Detroit because I'm heading up there for the Detroit Auto Show. So that's it, folks. These are the top cars: a 1993 Pontiac Firebird, a beautiful Lincoln Town Car, an Alfa Romeo. Oh, my goodness, look at this car. So beautiful. A nice Grand Prix to go to work every day in, just so you don't buy a new car for $50,000 and you drive around a Pontiac and people ask you, what's a Pontiac? A great car, Mustang, just to have some fun with in the spring, and a Saturn with a 5-speed manual transmission. I guess this would be my favorite car of all the picks because I just like spending $5,500 on that, so that'd be fun. A nice Corvette, one of the nice last C4 Corvettes, beautiful Camaros. I think these Camaros and, of course, the BMW and this beautiful Jaguar and all. So I hope you enjoyed this quick craziness here this morning. And if you like any of these cars, just please go on all the sites here from Craigslist. You can't miss this car. We went a little bit of overtime as far as the time goes, but have yourself a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, safe one. If you're driving, please always have a designated driver. And I'm a first responder with a local fire department, so we're looking out for you, but we want to stay home too. We don't want to be on the road, especially today with the snow. So have a happy holiday season, everyone, and we'll see you again soon on Robb's Daily Classics.